Hi guys, it's ShishKebabber1 coming right back at you with another Boom Beach video. Today's video, guys, is the tribals. What do you think it's about? Of course it's about the tribals. Here we go, and I think you guys are going to be pretty happy overall. So the TLDR is awesome for operations, pretty darn good for PvP, and yeah, you're just going to like it. However, for Crab, it's another topic, maybe not the best, but we'll cover it all. We'll cover it all. Okay, so starting at the top, we've got the Iceguard tribe, mortar damage of plus 55%. Yeah, so mortars are gonna hurt, guys. That's basically what this means. Expect to find this a lot on the archipelago because the economy is full of resources from the alt troop mania that we just had for the last week or 10 days or whatever it was, which was awesome, totally awesome. That was my favorite part. The diamonds were cool too last week, but the alt troop mania, that was the icing on the cake. Point is, we've got a lot of raw crystals coming into this cycle, guys. As you can tell, I've already boosted everything, but there's another thing going on here too. We've got Crab. It's been announced that, I think it's been announced that the Crab's coming on the 12th. Maybe it's just a rumor, but I think it's coming. If that's the case, guys, if that's the case, then we're going to be getting a whole lot of resources from Crab. And then there's another thing, or did they say it was Monday? I've been hearing a lot of stuff, guys. Maybe these aren't the Crab tribes, so forget about that. But if they were, they wouldn't be that good, just because there's not a lot of GBE. I need to go consult my notes on that. I'm not really sure when the Crab's coming right now, to be honest, because I think Martine was just saying it was 5 days after the release of Warships, which would put that on a Monday, which would mean that we're going to be on a different tribal cycle then. So this is probably not the Crab tribes. I take all that Crab stuff back. But everything's confused right now because Warships is coming, okay? So that's actually the other point here. I kind of glossed over it in the Warships Dev Vid 3 when Rick mentioned that the players were asking to have resources rewarded to them from the Warships, resources for their home base. And he said, sure, why not? I kind of just smugly said, oh, that's a low-level problem, I don't care. Actually, that has huge ramifications, guys, because that means we're going to have more resources injected into the economy from Warships. We're also more than likely going to run into players that aren't playing their main bases as much because they're playing on Warships, which means they'll have more loot on hand when you go to raid them. Presumably. I don't know, we'll see, but it's going to twist, it's going to shake stuff up, but I think resources are going to be flowing, and they're going to be flowing from now on, especially with Warships giving resources, especially if you're an active player like myself. So just start boosting everything, guys, because I'm pretty sure we're going to have raw crystals to boost everything, like without a doubt. But, sorry, I'm getting way ahead of myself, so let's just stick with the tribes. Yeah, mortar damage, it's going to hurt. So squishy combinations, in particular, RZCM, they're going to get flattened a lot more easily with those mortars. Pay attention, watch out. Everybody probably has those mortars, and you just really need to be careful. Even things like warriors or whatever, if you're doing smoky warrior attacks, those mortars can really, really hurt. They might not have a chance to swing their hammers and heal themselves up after a hit of that and a splash of machine gun fire or something. So that one worries me. Keep an eye on the mortars for these next 2 weeks, guys. Moving right over, we've got the Frostbanner tribe. As always, it's the health tribe. It's the weakest. If you are running low on raw crystals or whatever, this is the one, of course, I would boost last because you're less likely to get extra diamonds and intel with boom cannons that have more health. But that being said, just be careful. Boom cannons will have more health. They'll take a little bit longer to get down, especially if you're running armored style attacks. Those boom cannons will just take some more work to get, to take them down. Now, guys, the gem, the prize of the tribals right here. Operations have really not had much love, or operation hitters or players have really not had much love with the tribes for the last couple cycles. Here we go, guys. Zuka damage plus 50%. This is, without a doubt, the best tribe of all of them. So, goes without saying, guys. Zukas already do a lot of damage. Let's give them 50% more, and that's just incredible. Now, don't be mistaken, it's additive, not multiplicative, so you just add 50% to your stats, right? But it is still an incredible amount of extra punch that those Zukas are going to be delivering all for the next 2 weeks. So obviously, smoky style attack, smoky AZ, HZ, things like this, and of course, our good favorite attack, RZCM, the bread and butter of all PvP, will be highly benefited by the Zuka damage. Just be careful, RZCMers, about those mortars. Don't forget about the mortars, guys. They will flatten your troops. But moving right along, we've got the Ember Fury tribe. Grenadier health of plus 55%. I mean, okay, cool, it's something, I'm not too impressed by it, but what this does mean is when you're running combinations like a TGM with a bunch of Grens and you're reflaring and the Grens get ahead of everybody else and then they're taking rocket fire, they can take a few more rockets before they die. So that's the most advantage I see to it. They'll be able to take some more splash damage before they die, and that gives the medics more time to get over there and heal them. If you're running any type of a Gren med combo, it does make them a bit tankier to splash. And especially if they're spread all over the screen and your medics are all over the screen, it gives the medics more times to heal them up, which helps. That will obviously increase your DPS if your Grens don't die. But it's pretty ho-hum for the most part. But hey, it's there. Now, Lifewell Tribe, here we go. Getting a little spicy here. Artillery damage of plus 50%. This has a lot more PvP benefit than operations, because for the most part, you're really not barding out structures in operations, but occasionally you are. And with artillery damage of plus 50%, maybe this opens up the door to BART stuff out where you wouldn't have before. Because that basically puts your artillery at close to 10,000. I think it's around 9,700 or so. Let's take a quick look at that. So, where are we? Here we go. Base damage is 6264, and then we've got a bonus, of course, of half of that, of 3132, putting it at 9396, right? So pretty much 9400 damage per artillery. That is very strong, guys. So that still has use on operations. Don't get me wrong. It just kind of depends how much building health is on the particular map that you're attacking. But it's awesome. PvP, without a doubt, it's awesome. This is really going to help, again, stuff like RZCM, taking out those rocket launchers. It's going to be that much easier to take out rocket launchers. All right, moving right along, we've got the Spirit Dancer Tribe. This one, I don't know about this, guys. Flare energy cost reduction of minus 50%. Well, I mean, that's something. It's a little bit of a boon to our GBE. I mean, really both of these tribes, Spirit Dancer and Lifewell, they're both kind of GBE-related tribes because they're giving us more value for the GBE that we spend on those abilities, right? But the flare energy cost, I mean, unless you're just doing a lot of flares, it doesn't really add up to that much, so it might save you a couple of GBE in a standard fight. But it's there, and it helps, so just be mindful of it. And you can extract a few extra GBE depending on how many flares you would normally do in an attack. But that's about it. So I think, again, everything just revolves around the Fire Spike Tribe here with the Zuka damage of plus 50%. It's going to be incredible. So to feature that, as always, we got other stuff to talk about. We got prototype weapons, of course, guys. Just making a Shock Blaster. Right, so now for this week, again, they're 1 week cycle, not two. For this week, we've got Shock Blaster, Laser Beam, Doom Cannon, Shield Generator, Hot Pot, and Sky Shield. I don't know why Doom Cannon is grayed out. That's weird. But anyway, the point here is, what am I building? I'm building I'm building a Shock Blaster. I don't know. The point here is this: the top tier prototypes for an all offensive player, more than likely, just to capture, diamonds and intel, it's going to be Shock Blaster. Laser Beam to a lesser extent. We've already got a lot of anti-squishy stuff going on right now, so I think people might be inclined to run armor on you, so Laser Beam's probably a little bit weaker based on the tribals that we have. And, well, I mean, it's hard to say. We do have Zukas as well, so maybe you do want to have a Laser Beam. It depends, but in general, I find Laser Beams not to really deliver a lot of value. They're easily countered. And once the Laser Beam goes down, there's just very little threat usually from other stuff. So I'm just not a fan of Laser Beams. Of course, Shield Generator, that's awesome for all the ice guys. Doom Cannon, excellent choice. It's always best to mix it up, So actually, if you wanted to just mix it up, put all three of those in there. Put one Shock Blaster, one Laser Beam, one Doom Cannon. I don't know, and then attackers don't even know what to do, right? But the Shock Blaster is more the jack of all trades. It'll do damage on it'll basically slow down any attack. And possibly pick off troops, whereas Laser Beam is just for squishy attacks and Doom Cannons are just for armored attacks, right? And then, of course, we've got Hot Pot and Sky Shield at the bottom. Hot Pots, they are excellent for Hammermen, but I don't really drop prototypes for Hammermen. And other than that, maybe if you're just in a lower rank of VP, you might find some good value in Hot Pots because players might not be as skilled at avoiding them. But in general, once you kind of learn the mechanics of a Hot Pot, they are extremely easy to avoid and they don't provide much value when you drop them on your base. People don't have to use much GBE to counter a Hot Pot. So it's primarily because their range is so short. So yeah, they're really not that great once you maybe get higher in VP. And of course, Sky Shields, guys, nice Sky Shield, bro. I don't really need to talk about it. They are always the worst choice. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to just bust out some RZCM. I got 3 bases on my map. Let's take out these Zookas for a test spin, shall we, and our cheap artillery. Oh, somebody else just popped up. NPC, who cares? As always, pre-categorize these things. We've got a 5 level, a 6, and a 9. So this is corresponding to their health. This one had 54% bonus to health and 51 on the damage. Let's verify those stats. We see 54 on the health, and we see 51 on the damage. All right. And for prototype identification, guys, we see SEMO 2, Doom Cannon 3, and Doom Cannon 3. Yeah, checking the range on the SEMO real quick. There are many ways we can take this base down, guys. We could just do a frontal assault, clear up, or we could just kind of come over from the right side. I think we will come over from the right side. It just makes more sense. I don't think we have the all troop mania anymore. I think that just went out. So we do need to remember to like save troops and not just, you know, suicide our troops like we've probably been doing for the last 10 days. Yeah, so if I'm going to do that, then I just want to take out 2 rockets. Let's go with 1 barrage on this one, well, 1 barrage on each, and probably just 1 artillery since our artilleries have so much potency. I probably could have done a cheaper sequence of a couple artillery to take one of these out. But, you know, we're still getting used to the bonus artillery damage here. We've had this tribal before, and it really does, it is strong, and you're going to miss it when it goes away, I guarantee it. Okay, let's do a flared drop. Of course, with my RZCM, I always like to start with the Zookas because they're the slowest. Kind of jumped the gun on the second boat there, but that's okay. Give them a little moment, and then get Sparky up, because we like to get those critters flowing, and then we just start moving the Johnsons. You can just drop the medics at the end, it's all good. And finally the cryos. The cryos are really fast, guys. I'll put some critters up on that, what is that, a wood storage. Let's go ahead and put a flare into the corner over here, and we'll drop a smoke. And of course, I do want my troops to be a little bit damaged. That's why I'm actually letting them get damaged, because as you know, it keeps the medics from flowing. Okay, waiting for troops to catch up. Need to drop 1 more smoke, and let's flare. Okay. I guess they're all taking the south exit. Alright, perfect. Uh-oh. This is going to be awkward. Okay, the rocket is cryoed. I was trying to go for double smoke, but didn't realize I was already out of GBE. Here we go. Shock the rocket. We got all of our Zookas alive, so pretty much. So we're doing good there. Let's get a critter swarm out, and let's just get some GBE. Alright, that was close. Almost a breezy, guys. Almost a breezy on the opening base. Okay, looks like I missed the rocket. That's okay, it is cryoed. Go ahead and do another critter swarm. We're coming into some single point. Although Sparky just released all those down low, but whatever. Got a shock in hand, and we'll just shock the center. And wait for it, guys. Man, that Zooka damage is awesome. Boom! Just like that, our Acrylic Letter friend goes down to Pound Town in our brand new tribal. So, yeah, pretty good. I'm actually really glad we don't have that rifleman speed anymore. You guys remember that from the last tribe cycle? Whew. It was a pain. It was a real pain smoking our RZCM. This was a lot easier, except for the fact that I ran out of GE. Probably should have just taken out 1 rocket. But yeah, I mean, keep in mind, guys, we are only rocking 1 GBE, playing on a 181 account. So these things matter. Right, so checking out this guy. He's a 60-36, so there's a boosted troop health masterpiece and an unboosted troop damage, I would imagine. Anyways, to verify the stats, we see 60 and 36 is correct. Yep, and there we go. Here's his boosted troop health, and there's his unboosted troop damage. Prototype identification, guys, we see the Doom Cannon 3, Shield Gen 3, and another Shield Gen 3. Yeah, this looks like another good base to smoke on to get all of our troops all the way back up here. The damage, again, was 36. It's not very high. I'm not even going to worry about this rocket at the start. I want to make sure we get all of our troops up there and they're safe. Once we take out these rockets and the splash up in front of the HQ, it is absolutely game over. We'll take down the shield. We'll get some free GBE. I don't even care if we get this other shield down over here. And at that point, we can probably BART out this rocket. That rocket has 19,000 health, so 1 barrage and 1 artillery should do the trick. Or we could just start with it too, but who cares? Let's go. Let's live dangerously. Alrighty. Again, we do want to take damage on our way up, but not a whole lot of damage. You know, I don't care. We'll just leave those mines as they are. Alright, let's do a 2 smoke drop. And get everybody coming up here. And as they're collecting, we'll flare them all the way back. Okay. Yes, eat the mines, because we want you to, because we want the medics to actually come and heal you. And a smoke. Hopefully they don't pop out the back of my smokes. They will. Let's go ahead and bring them back in. Critter swarm, and get ready for shocking. Shock. Keeping our Zookas alive. Come on, girls, stay alive. We're losing medics left and right. Okay. Do that one barrage and one artillery. Alright, let's shock the shock. Just because it is kind of slowing us down. We got this, guys. Another critter swarm. It'll help distract stuff when the shock wears off. We are down a lot of girls. I think it makes sense just to flare the HQ. Another critter swarm. Just need to get all the damage we can. And sloppy, I totally admit sloppy, but effective. We have like no Zookas left, guys. But we have 10. Boom, just like that, Metro goes down to Pound Town. Piece of cake. Alright, no, I just smoking all the way to the back. I maybe should have just tried to land under one smoke and not two. It just starts to get really expensive. Okie dokie. Moving right over here to the end, guys. Looking at our big boy, so to speak. Not really that hard. It's a 90-72. Let's verify those stats. We see 90 on the health and 72 on the damage is correct. Prototype identification, guys. We see laser beam 3. Oh, nice guy, shield bro. Yeah, laser beams. A lot of laser beams, and they are under Sky Shield. Actually, I mean, technically, we could take out both laser beams if we wanted to. But that wouldn't leave us with a lot of GBE for anything else. Bases like this, when they're really just all anti-squishy troops, means you just need to send in armor. So, let's send in our Bullet's Best. TGM 152 with Bullet and his energy drink. Load it up. Oh gosh, guys, do I still have this attack in the replay? I got something to show you. Yeah, check this out. I was fully boosted earlier today. Little bonus feature. If you do remember, real quick, if you look at what I've upgraded, you see this lovely thing called Cluster Grenade level 6? Yeah, okay, so it cost a lot. Here's the stats on it. 64,000 initial damage, 16 shrapnel at, 6,400 initial damage with 16 shrapnel at 646 damage each. It can be quite a bit of damage, and the GBE value is very nice on it. It's 3 for the initial, 3 for the initial, and then 3 for each subsequent use. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, whatever. You get the point. It provides a very good value for the damage that it can throw out. Brick herself has this hero perk that most people aren't really aware of. Grenade Spammer. Every time the hero attacks a new target building, she throws a grenade at it. Damage per shot, 1850 plus, and you see that big modifier. That's because of my troop damage. That scales with troop damage. So when I'm fully boosted, she's doing like just a little bit under 7,000 damage with that one grenade. But I just want to show you something really funny. It's really small potatoes compared to what the cluster grenade does when you spam it. So I'm not saying it's like, you know, like a new thing in the meta, but it's a lot of fun. And what I am kind of trying to tell you guys, well, just watch this video first. This is me taking on a resource base with Brick. Okay. So here you go. It's kind of nasty. To be fair, this guy had no building health bonuses. Okay. But here we go. Taking 4 smokes to get up there. Dropping some distraction critters, because all we're going to do, guys, we're going to flare the HQ and just spam cluster grenade. Those critters are going to try to help distract some defenses just to give Brick enough time to send these grenades out. Let's go in halftime on this thing, just so you can kind of witness the grenades. Boom. 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 Just like that, guys. That resource base went down to Pound Town with a Brick cluster grenade solo. Yeah, I'm really thinking if you have enough GBE that you can potentially solo bases with Cluster Grenade. That's it. It is very powerful, and if you have enough GBE to shoot off a lot of those, you can do a tremendous amount of damage, guys. Still having fun with it. But we did that because we thought it would be useful on more ships. But it turns out you're going to get all the hero abilities anyway. So, oops. But at least I can mess around with it, you know. Still doing good on hero tokens, by the way. I mean, I'm rocking 306 tickets, 14 tokens. I'm fine. As long as you have the equivalent of about 200 tokens or so, I think you're good. You should always keep all of your value in tickets, by the way, because the trader comes 4 days out of the week. And if you're ever running low on gold and things like that, you need to, you can use those tickets to open up more crates to get gold. It's like another reserve or another vault that people can't get to, so I highly recommend keeping all of your tickets as tickets and only convert them to tokens when you need the resources or you need the tokens. Oh, the other thing I didn't mention about the tribes, guys, because obviously we're talking about resources, there's no economy tribe here. So it's a little bit counterintuitive with what I was saying in terms of just spend everything anyway. I don't think it's going to matter. I know Warships comes on the 10th. I know there's still many, many days to go between now and then. But the thing is we're just going to be swimming in resources regardless. So, but at the start of this tribal, it might be a bit rough, but I doubt it. If you're good with any troop combination that uses Zuka damage, you're going to be tearing stuff up, guys. But yeah, there are no economy tribes in this tribal. Kind of missed that point, sorry. Yeah, so like we were saying on this guy, TGM152, let's take one more look at the guy. I kind of forgot what he was now. Oh, nice guy, shield bro, double laser beam 3. Yeah, so, excuse me. A lot of single point up front. We just need to kind of keep bullet protected from that. Shock launchers we don't like. We're going to BART this shock launcher out. It's got 30,000 health. That's going to be 1 barrage and like 2 or 3 artillery. All right, let's go. Course is online. Let's not go. Well then, guys, I guess we could try to do a brick cluster grenade solo for you, but I just don't think it's going to work. Oh, I'm not even boosted anymore, so her health's not boosted, and her initial grenade is not boosted, so this might not work. But, you know, we can always have fun, right? Oh, we got this base. Yeah, Smoker's Delight. Let's check this out. Let's see if I can solo this with Brick's cluster grenade only. Okay, 180,000 on the HQ. And I really don't want her to hit any of those. And we're back, guys. Sorry, I've had a few problems here trying to do this demonstration for you. I don't think we're going to take it down. This thing has 180k on it, and I'm just not boosted. I don't have enough GBE. I had a series of mishaps between running over boom mines, getting shot in the face with boom cannons, and actually bringing battle orders into one of the fights. It's been kind of funny, but I'm not going to waste your time with all that. Right, so boom mines are bad. Let's go ahead and take that out. Let's drop Brick right here, and let's flare her to the HQ. Go smoke and smoke, and we can activate cluster grenade. And we need to put some distraction critters out somewhere, probably. Let's just spam cluster grenade and see what happens. Pretty good damage, guys. I mean, look at that. And I don't think we can get this down, but there's a barrage. And here comes a cheap artillery, or a more powerful artillery. Boom. Almost, guys. Almost. But no, I think that's it. Let's see if that guy's back online, and otherwise we'll just wrap up the video right there. But I just want to let you know, cluster grenade is really strong. It's pretty fun to mess around with, at least. So I'm not too bummed that I spent all those tokens on it. I think that's the point. Okay. But it's a pure novelty. You haven't really found good uses for it yet. But who knows? Maybe it'll be good on warships. Maybe you can go take out a couple of engine rooms real quick or something. Are you online? Yeah, of course you are. So I think we're going to wrap it up right there, guys. I hope you have a super fantastic, awesome rest of your day, rest of your week, rest of your tribal cycle. Looking forward for warships, guys, aren't you? And remember, as always, be kind to others, because if you're not, you're just being mean, and mean people suck. Have a great day.